Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. This is Hazel Lucia Tarot. I am your tarot reader Stephanie, and today's reading is about your yes/no questions. We have another little quick and simple little yes/no reading for you. If you haven't been to my yes/no readings before, I keep them very short and sweet, about 5 minutes more or less. And I am very direct to the point about these answers. I do have a lot more. There's a whole playlist, and I even have one that goes into depth. Like if you want a longer yes/no reading, you can go to that one. But we have 10 piles here for you today. I don't think I've ever done 10 piles. These are also stickers. These are not tarot cards. These are not tarot decks that I own. These are just little stickers that I found online. So don't ask me what these oracle or tarot decks are. I don't know myself. So let's go ahead and get with your options. But before I do, we want to talk about today's sponsor for this video, Better Sleep. As some of you may know, I sometimes have trouble falling asleep, and that's why I'll do my readings at night, which is why I was really excited to try the Better Sleep app. My favorite are the guided sleep hypnosis and meditations that can help you drift off into sleep and experience a deeper, more fulfilling sleep. And I know I have international viewers, so the great news is Better Sleep is available in 10 languages worldwide on both iOS and Android. Let Better Sleep help you fall asleep faster. You can use my link in the description below to try 7 days for free. The 10 piles we have here for you today are, number 1, we have the charoite crystal, and the card is the chariot. In pile 2, we have the Lovers card here and green calcite. Pile 3, we have the Hanged Man and black tourmaline. Pile 4, we have the High Priestess and a raw piece of lepidolite. This is lepidolite raw if you've never seen it. Pile 5, we have the Coffee and rose quartz. Pile 6, we have the Tea and smoky quartz. Pile 6, we have this Mermaid card and citrine. Pile 8, we have the full pink moon and tiger's eye. Pile 9, we have the reader and blue tiger's eye. And pile 10, we have lapis lazuli and the fool. So take a few deep breaths, think about your question at hand. Feel free to pick more than one pile, and I'll be ready for your reading whenever you are. Hello there, pile 1. If you chose the charoite crystal and or the chariot tarot sticker, then we have your reading here for you about your yes/no question. We're going to answer whether your question is a yes or a no. If you've never been to these readings before, I keep them short and sweet because I believe yeses and nos should be very to the point. And I have a whole list of these kinds of readings, so if you want to check those out, you can look to the playlist in the description below. But we're going to go ahead and answer your question. So you got the chariot, and the chariot is about forward momentum, forward movement. So especially if your question is about progressing forward in life, progressing forward with a new chapter, or even just going from one place to another, I feel like you're at the right pile. But let's go ahead and answer your question. We're going to use a yes/no oracle, then we're going to get some tarot to clarify and get a little bit of advice. So pile 1. Okay, this one wanted to come out. Attune to your needs. I feel like, and I get this a lot sometimes, you may be asking a lot about certain other topics at tarot readings or be seeking advice from other people about something. You're avoiding something. This is an avoidant nature of a specific issue that you have going on in your life. And I'm not saying that a little bit of escapism isn't good every now and then if you want to break from the reality of things, but I feel like you've been focusing far too much on certain matters that shouldn't be at the top of your priorities. I feel like right now you should be focusing on things that require more attention. I don't know why that's coming through, but I'm gonna go ahead and answer your yes/no question here. But this is spirit trying to bring to attention that you need to focus on other things. For my pile 1. We have the 5 of Pentacles, We have the King of Wands. Sorry, the Knight of Wands. Not the King of Wands, just the Knight. So there's an impulsiveness here. This could be you or maybe somebody else if you're thinking about somebody else. But there's like impulsion here. We have the Six of Wands and reversed. No, it is upright. There's a lot of confusion here. I feel like right now your life is going a little bit back and forth. Hence why you're at this reading. You want a little bit more clarity. And the Two of Swords reversed. Okay, so I'm seeing a scenario. But for right now, I feel like it's a yes. This is actually a yes. Because I feel like if you're looking for a distraction, it'll come. I feel like the channels to that are opening, are being attuned. The channels. I don't know why I'm thinking of channel. I'm thinking of like a canal, I guess is what I'm thinking of. Like water is coming in, like they're opening the gates. Because is that how canals work? That's weird that I got that specific vision because I don't think of, you know, canals. But maybe for some of you, canals could be important. Maybe you're crossing a specific channel. I'm thinking of the English channel maybe. But I'm hearing they're opening and something is coming through. But Spirit also wants to warn you, just because you have this lovely distraction doesn't mean you shouldn't also be focusing on the other matters at hand. It's kind of like, you know how when your parents, they're like, okay, I'll give you this toy, but you have to keep your grades up. You have to keep doing well in school. I'm getting something similar to that. I don't know why this universe is wanting to treat you like a child who has to be on their best behavior. Maybe some of you view the universe this way, like they're a parent, but that's what I'm seeing. So the answer is actually yes, but that's not important. What's important is that you're meeting your needs in every other way. So something is happening, but don't forget yourself. Don't forget that you have to look within. Back of the deck, we have Justice reversed. Yeah, because you don't want things to become unbalanced, and you don't want things to you don't want to lose track or lose focus of the more important matters at hand. But something is happening here. So let's get your little advice card. I'm using my Pokemon card deck. It's called the Pokami Omikuji. And I do list all the decks that I use in the description below. Okay, this one popped up. Your guides and the universe have been trying to get a hold of you, that's for sure. And maybe you're aware of this. Familiar hierarchies reassert themselves. Oh, be careful that you're not repeating a pattern. But familiar hierarchies reassert themselves. I mean, this could be taken both good and bad. Good if you wanted someone from your past to come back to help out with something. I see this a lot in certain environments, especially workspaces where like a former person in charge really knew how to handle something. So it's like they come back to help out. I'm getting a little bit of that. However, this could also be like replaying a certain pattern within your life. So just be careful of that. I feel like this is a very hesitant yes. It's like, yes, it's happening, but please be careful. So this is what I have for you, pile 1. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 2. If you chose the green calcite crystal and the lover's sticker, then we have your reading here for you about your yes/no question. So we're going to do a little quick, I keep wanting to say quick and dirty here. We're going to do a quick little yes/no reading, because I truly believe that that's how you should be getting your yes/no questions answered. So with the Lovers card, we could be talking about a relationship, but if not, we could also be talking about partnerships in general, with friends, with people that you have any sort of connection with. So let's go ahead and answer your question for my pile 2. There is something here about blending energies or collaborating as well. We have not yet, but it's coming. Not yet, but it's happening. So whatever this is, it probably won't happen for a while. It's going to take some time. We could see how long. I mean, we do have the number 6, so it could either be like 6 months from now, maybe 6 weeks from now. I'm also thinking of the month of June, because the Lovers is associated with Gemini, but also The month of June could be important. I guess depending when you watch this, that could be far off or it could be close. So let's go ahead and get your tarot to answer more specifically what's going on. So it's a yes, but it's like a delayed yes. We have the Knight of Swords. You're going to be talking a lot, or you're going to be hearing a lot about this before it happens. You have the Queen of Wands reversed. We have the King of Pentacles upright. Yeah, it's a yes, but... And the Four of Cups upright. If this is about a romantic situation, back of the deck is the Six of Pentacles reversed. If it's about a romantic situation, this could be that somebody is currently dealing with or involved with somebody else. It doesn't have to be romantically. It could be like, I'm thinking of relationships where they've lived together for so long that they're like trying to move out of each other's lives. So, you know, they move out of the house, apartment, live wherever they're living. They're trying to get rid of each other's stuff. They're dividing everything that, like, what's yours, what's mine. And same thing with divorces, you know, those get a little bit drawn out. So something similar to that. So it's a yes, but it's not right now. If this isn't about love, whatever this is, it requires you to step into your power, requires you to step into your... and your more vibrant energy. Let's just put it that way. Because I feel like right now, Pile 2, you're not in the best state of mind to be pursuing either a person, a situation, a career. It's not that you need to level up. It's just that you're not in the right environment. You're not in the right mindset yet for this. But you eventually will. And whatever this is, believe it or not, will be a little bit long lasting. But you do have to take care of being able to pay attention to your feelings, both you and anybody else involved. For a lot of you, I do feel like this is more romantic. If it's not, again, it's like you need to level up a little more. If it's career, you need to learn a little more, or you need more experience. But interestingly, I do feel like whatever this is, it will be communicated. It will be talked about. If it's a person, you're going to keep talking to them. You're going to be, you know, in each other's lives. If it's a career, it's like they're going to keep bringing it up, or you're going to keep bringing it up, and it's going to be something that is positively spoken about. Let's get your closing advice. So yeah, if I'm seeing like a career change, it's going to be like a few more months, weeks, maybe years, which makes sense. I think you just need more experience. We have consider your path and take extreme ownership. Yeah, that's what the Queen of Wands reversed is. You need to take extreme ownership here of whatever it is that you need to take ownership of here, Pile 2. We have Evie, which makes me think of possibilities of all the things that she could become, but also understand that what you are is also perfect in every single way. And it makes me think that, yes, you may be ready yet, but maybe whatever you want isn't ready for you. Does that make sense? So this is what I have for you, Pile 2. Also, because I looked at the back of the deck, we have a slow poke, and I'm not meant to read whatever this is. I'm just hearing this is going to help you to slow down. I feel like for whatever reason, the universe wants you to slow down or learn to be patient, because I feel like you're not used to that, or typically you move a little faster, and that would make sense with the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is like quick action. It's fiery energy. It's impulsiveness. Reverse, it's kind of like, we need to tame that a little bit. So this is where I leave it, Pile 2. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, Pile 3. If you chose the black tourmaline and the Hanged Man card sticker, then we have a reading here for you about your yes-no question. So we're going to do a little quick yes-no answer to your question. We're going to start with, well, whatever this is, because we do have the Hanged Man, there could be a change of heart or a change of opinion, or you could just change your mind about this in general. So there is that coming through. Let's go ahead and get your cards for my Pile 3. It's funny, I keep hearing obsidian and blue goldstone. But this is black tourmaline. I don't know if some of you may like those stones, or you may be wanting something with those stones. But this is black tourmaline, polished. Okay, so we have speak it into existence. Okay, this is one of those, this is one of these questions that whatever you have going on, make sure you're manifesting it to detail. Like whenever we manifest something, we want to keep certain things broad, but we also want to, like the things that are non-negotiable, we want to keep very specific, you know? Like, let's say you want to find a house. Okay, you can't just say, hey, universe, bring me a house. Because it could bring you a house that is like awful and in the worst neighborhood, and you know, it could just be not your thing. You have to be specific. It's like, I want a house that is, you know, appropriate for my needs, that is in this neighborhood, that is, you know, within my budget, etc. Like you have to be a little bit more specific about the things that you want. So also you might just have to ask the universe in general. I feel like sometimes we forget that we can just speak it out into existence, that we need something. So whatever this is, you have to be specific. This could be my pile of people who have manifested things in the past before, but either they didn't work out or they weren't exactly what they thought it would be. And now it's like you're afraid of manifesting. It's like you've been traumatized by your own manifesting, your pile 3. It makes me think of that song by Billie Eilish, Everything I Wanted. It goes, I had a dream, I had everything I wanted. But if I'm being honest, it might have been a nightmare. Something like that. I would listen to that song. It's a really good song. Okay, so let's get your yes or no. We have the Knight of Swords. Interesting. All the knights have been wanting to come out in this reading so far. We have Death and Rebirth. Yeah, like I said, whatever this is, it's transformational. I feel like this is actually part of your spiritual practice, awakening, or development, whichever makes more sense here. We have the Ace of Swords reversed. Yeah, there's that fear of speaking something into existence that you know you may not want. And I feel like this pile, I feel like it needs to be a little bit longer than 5 minutes. We have the King of Wands reversed. So the answer is, it's actually a no, because you're not in the right mindset yet, or because you haven't worked out the kinks. Back of the deck is the Ace of Cups. You have to put your heart in it. So another way of seeing this, if you're doing something out of fear, if you're asking the universe for something due to fear or from a lower vibrational state, it's not going to end up working how you think it is. But if you come into it with love, if you come into it with wanting to better everything for yourself and people around you, it's going to happen in a better way. It's kind of like, just like with anything, the energy you put into something will manifest itself. Let's say, and I'm going to use the example of cooking, because cooking is something everybody does. But if I'm in a bad mood and I start cooking, the food will not taste as good, or I'll forget to add a certain ingredient, or I'll just be, you know, it won't be as good. I don't know why that is. But if I'm in a great mood, if I'm like, you know, focusing on the flavors and enjoying life, usually when I play music and like dance around while I'm cooking, it tastes so much better because you feel the energy that you put into something. So whatever you're trying to manifest, whatever you're trying to accomplish here, the energy you put into it is what's going to manifest. Does that make sense? Like, it's like you put in your order, and if you put in your order with love, it's going to manifest in a better way than if you put your order in with fear. And this is something that sometimes is difficult. So it's like, make sure you're in a good space before you ask the universe what it is that you want. And right now, I feel like you're not there yet, but you will. You will eventually, because it was a no until this Ace of Cups came through. Because even though the way I do it is like, if the cards are upright, it's a yes. If they're upside down, it's a no. However, certain cards are automatically no's, like the Death card, because that's just the energy it carries. And again, you have to ask yourself, what energy are you carrying when you're asking about this, or when you're trying to manifest it, pile 3. So let's go ahead and get your little advice card. So it's a no for now, but you can make it a yes. You just have to be in the right mindset. We have, what is this? It is not always necessary to go unnaturally out of one's way to be considerate. bluntly put, you're working too hard, pile 3. I think you're trying too hard, you're working too hard, and you have to release it just a little bit in order for this to manifest. And this is, who is it? Oh, it's Charmeleon. Cute. Okay. Some of you could have a lot of very strong fiery energy because I was kind of picking up on that. But this is where I leave it, my beautiful pile 3. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 4. If you chose the High Priestess sticker and the raw lepidolite, then we have your reading here about your yes/no question. So you're probably asking something about your intuition, or your intuition could be guiding you here. Regardless, intuition is very strong in this one, because I almost used a different lepidolite, but for whatever reason, I was guided to use this raw one. It's like the polished version versus the raw version. For whatever reason, the raw version was like calling out to me. I mean, look how sparkly it looks. It does flake a little bit though, because it is mica. But anyway, pile 4. Let's go ahead and answer your yes/no question. There is something here about like the unfiltered or raw version could be what you need, as opposed to the more polished or held back version. Take that as it resonates. I'm not sure what it could be about, but yeah. We have trust you already know. Yeah, so why are you here? Pile 4. Your intuition, if you're just here to confirm what you need to confirm, that's okay. But at the same time, it's like your intuition is like, you already know. Why do you keep going to these readings to be told the same thing that you've been being told for a while now? Which I kind of want to defend you, because I know I'm the same way. Because clearly I'm intuitive, I have cards, but sometimes I'm just like, let me just ask somebody else. Let me just click on a reading. Is it yes, no? You already know the answer to this. So let's go ahead and confirm whatever your answer is, or at the very least, the subject matter. For some of you, it may not be a clear yes and no, and you have to accept that it's not going to be a clear yes and no. It might be like a conditional yes or a conditional no. Does that make sense? It's like you want it to be black and white, but it's a confirmed gray. All right, pile 4. This is an interesting pile for sure. I would vibe with you, pile 4. Okay, we have the the Page of Cups reversed. We have the 8 of Cups reversed. We have the 3 of Cups reversed. It's a clear no. And back, no wait, let's get one more card. Let's see, we have the Queen of Swords reversed. Okay, several things. Back of the deck, 3 of Pentacles. Whatever this is, you're too involved in it. Your emotions are far too into it. It's a no. Not only that, but somebody here is not being completely honest. Somebody here is not being completely honest with you, themselves, the situation, if there is somebody else involved. This could be you, because typically I see the Queen of Swords as the most intuitive of the queens. Me personally, that's not a fact. That's just me, how I view it. But reverse, it's kind of like she's not paying attention to her own advice. She's not paying attention to her own intuitive guidance, or her own this is so weird. Maybe some of you are getting really mad. I'm sorry, pile 4, but I have to be honest with you. Not only that, but this is probably spirit calling me out on some things that I keep asking about and keep getting the same answer to as well. But it's a no, because 1, your feelings are too far into it. 2, you have to be a lot more emotionally detached. The 8 of Cups reverse is emotional detachment, but it's kind of hard for this. And the 3 of Cups, if there are other people involved, like a friend group, or I don't feel like this is love, but for some of you, if it is romance, there could be like a third party intervening or already there, something along those lines. So this is a no. It's complete no. And the thing is, you need to be in a healthier mindset, or in a healthier environment. Whatever this is, you're being clouded. Your judgment is being clouded by something or some people or someone. And that's not fair to you. I feel like your best course of action here would be to get back in touch with yourself, understand who you are, release any people, situations, environments that you know are not being conducive to your growth, because you are a very intuitive individual. You are very spiritual. However, if you plant a beautiful flower in soil that is awful, it's not going to thrive. No matter how healthy, vibrant, beautiful that flower is, it's going to wither. It's going to be consumed by it. So there's something here about, one, you already know what's going on. Two, you can't lie to yourself. You can't deceive yourself. You're far too advanced psychically, spiritually, and emotionally to fall for whatever this energy is, whatever is going on here. And like I said, for some of you, somebody here could be deceiving you. I just really hope it's not you deceiving yourself. So this one is kind of I feel like you needed this. I feel like you needed to hear it. I'm sorry that it's a little harsh. I didn't want it to be, but they're asking me to be blunt. You wanted the raw, honest truth. You've got the raw, honest stone here, pile 4. So let's go ahead and get your closing advice, if you're still with me. We have, oh, look at these little stars. Apprehend your environment. Yeah, apprehend your environment. It's your environment that is just not great for you. I'll be honest, it's whatever the environment you have right now is not great. And in some cases, it could even get worse. So if you're being shifted out of a certain space, it's because it's not getting any better. So I hope this helps. I want to get one more card for you. What's the back of the deck? Ward away. You're being protected. FUD. I don't know what FUD stands for, but it's like you're being protected. You're warding away bad luck, or bad luck is like evading you because you're very divinely protected by spirit. So unfortunately, it's a no. Maybe some of you wanted to hear a no. Maybe for some of you, a no is a good thing. But you're being protected and you need to be wary of the things around you or the people surrounding you. But this is where I leave it, my beautiful pile 4. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 5. If you chose the rose quartz and the coffee sticker, then we have your reading here for you about your yes/no question. We're going to answer your yes/no question in short, little sweet ways. I like to keep my yes/no questions answers to like about 5 minutes and under. I have a whole playlist of them, and I do have at least one reading where I go a little bit more in depth into the yes/no question. I will link that playlist below. So coffee, stimulants, we could also be talking about sleep or lack thereof, or being well rested. I used to drink coffee and I don't anymore. I kind of miss it, but for some of you, this could have something to do with a change in sleep patterns. Maybe you have to readjust to certain schedules or time differences. But there's definitely something about self-care coming in with coffee as well, because I know for a lot of people, getting yourself a little treat at the Starbucks is a form of self-care. But regardless, let's go ahead and get your answer. We have cast that spell. So this is a green light to manifest what you want. If it's not already in your life, go ahead and ask for it. And I think the universe will open up I'm seeing like a rose blossom. It's going to open up it's going to unfold in very beautiful ways. Like magically things will just start happening for you to make this goal or accomplishment possible for you. I'm being told to look at the back of the deck. Release this desire. So it's interesting. You have to release something before this comes through. It's like you can't want two things that kind of get in each other's way. So I'm going to use an example. Let's say you want to advance your career, but you also want to move to a different country. If your if your job expects you to stay where you are so you can advance, you can't also want to move somewhere else if the only way you can advance is staying there. So rewire that manifestation. I feel like it's for you. You just have to be on board. Like everything has to be in alignment with each other. Like you can't want two things that don't make sense together. Does that make sense? Because it'll get in each other's way. It's like, what do they call it? Mismanifesting. So you might be unintentionally mismanifesting something here, but go ahead and ask for it. The universe will show you the next steps for it. So whatever this is, it feels like a positive. Yeah, I'm not sure what is getting in the way of something here, or maybe you're not even aware that it is getting in the way. So Yeah, two things that you want are incompatible or won't allow each other to grow. I'm being shown a garden where sometimes plants are like this. They'll get in each other's way of growing because one has roots that grow this way and one has like leaves and plants that grow down. You know, it's just something here is not compatible. So let's go ahead and get your tarot, pile 5. We have the 6 of Wands. We have the Devil reversed. Yeah, you have to release something that isn't good for you right now. I don't know what that is. I feel like it could be a habit, a person, an environment, etc. You need to release something that is actually holding you back. We have the Queen of Wands reversed. And the Ace of Swords. Okay, so right now, as it stands, it's a no because you need to reassess what it is that you want. So for some of you, you might be choosing between two people, which I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's a thing. It could be romantically, it could be friends, but it's kind of like you need to understand who or what is better for you. And right now, I think you're choosing or you're more in alignment with a thing that is actually not great for you. So make sure you step out of that alignment, get out of your own way, and choose something that is better for you. Easier said than done, I know, but right now, as it stands, it's a no, but it can change, death and rebirth, because you have to go through that transformation. You have to accept that it may not be easy, but you need to change, and whatever this change is good for you. And underneath that, we have justice. Yeah, because something here has become unfair or imbalanced or not right for you. So this is one of those situations where it will be a thing, but you have to release something that is not great for you first. Another way of seeing this, if we're not talking about romance or career, I'm thinking of health. Like health-wise, sometimes we need to adjust our eating habits, physical habits, whatever it is, in order to become healthy again, you know? If you need to lower your blood sugar, you need to eat less sugar, and that's going to be better for you. And right now, as it stands, you're probably not having the habits in place to get you there, but you can. So whatever this is, you have more control over it than you realize, and it will be something positive. So I hope that helps, which makes sense. For me, the reason I quit coffee is because it was fueling my anxiety, among other things, and I had to let it go. And I thought, like, well, when am I going to get rid of this anxiety? It's like when you stop drinking coffee. So it's similar to that. It's like I didn't want to, but I had to for my own sake. That's just the example I'm being shown here. So I hope that helps. Let's get your final card. Pile 5. Okay, this one just popped out. The moon is always full. It's our view that is partial. Yeah, you may not even be seeing the full picture here. The moon is always full, but we don't always see it. Not only that, but it's like, yes, the moon is there. You just have to believe it's there on the days that it's, you know, waning, or it's a new moon, or when the clouds are clouding it. But this is what I have for you, Pile 5. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, Pile 6. If you chose the Smoky Quartz point and the T card sticker, then we have your reading here for you about your yes/no question. So right off the bat, I feel like you could be asking about the T on something or someone, because I don't typically look out my window, but I saw something colorful, and my neighbors have a bouncy castle, and I'm like low-key wondering if I should go make friends so I can go bounce in that castle. I'm sure there's kids in there, but I don't care. There's so much fun. So for some of you, you could be involving the neighborhood, people around you. There's definitely some noise being made. Interestingly, so I don't know what tarot deck this is from. This is just a sticker. But this is number 26. 26 could be of importance here, the number, the date. Let's go ahead and get into your tarot though. I keep my yes/no readings very short and simple because I believe yes/no questions should be answered very short and simply. So if you're used to my longer readings, this is going to be a little short one. So pile 6. We have realize it's already yours. several things. I'm going to get into the tarot because I think I need to reaffirm this through cards because I'm getting an answer, but I need to verify. Again, maybe some of you are here to get confirmation or clarity on something that you have heard, specifically if it was gossip, specifically if you don't know if it's true or not. We have fate. This is the Wheel of Fortune reverse. We have death and rebirth, upright. This answer is complicated. Ace of Cups. And Eight of Cups reversed. This isn't a yes or a no. You would think it would be a clear no, but it's not. And I can't say it's a yes either. Back of the deck, we have the Page of Cups reversed. It's not a yes or a no. I don't think that's important. What's important is that you see what's going on. It's kind of like there's a reluctance here. What I'm being shown is that the universe has brought you something. It's right there. It's yours to take. And you don't want to go through with it. You don't want to... You know how you can open the door for somebody, but you can't make them walk through it? That's what I'm seeing. I feel like there's like a window of opportunity here. I feel like fate has brought you something to your attention. And it requires you to take action, but it also requires either the person, I feel like for a lot of you it is a person, it requires either the person involved or the people making the decisions involved to also make that. This is a stalemate. It's a stalemate. I can't answer yes or no because it depends on what actions you take. But the universe has brought you this opportunity. This idea has been put into your head for a reason, but there's too much inactivity. There's too much people not wanting to go through with something. It's like I could be down there at that bouncy castle right now. I just have to introduce myself to the neighbors and, you know, and I'm sure they'd invite me over because from what I've heard about my neighborhood is that people tend to be pretty chill when it comes to partying around here. But I feel like, will I? Probably not, because I've got other stuff to do. So this is very much a thing where the universe is reminding you that you have more control than you realize. Realize it's already yours. It could be yours. But I feel like you're not taking the actions towards it. So it's going to be a no until you decide you want it. I know that's probably not the answer you wanted. This is the first complicated one that I've had out of all the piles. The rest of the piles have been yes, no. This one, I can't say it's a yes. Because the way I read these is that if it's upright, it's a yes. But if it's upside down, it's no. And because certain cards like the death card are automatic no's regardless of how they land, that's going to be no. But there's also the Ace of Cups, which is a strong yes. What I'm seeing is that there's either fear involved or you don't want to go through the changes. You don't want to have to take that risk. And that's fair. Sometimes something isn't worth the risk. But the universe has brought this to your attention for a reason. Let's get your advice card. So for this one specifically, it's not a yes or a no. It could be if you wanted it. It's whatever you want it to be. It depends on what you do. And sometimes the universe is like, yeah, you have freedom of will. You have freedom of choice. So exercise that, use that, because you have more control, especially for those of you who want to use the universe like for every decision. We are meant to live our lives as humans. We have, look at Jigglypuff. It is hard to quiet a doubt. Make it a duet, so it is not your fears that sing louder. Oh, I need to repeat that. It is hard to quiet a doubt. Make it a duet, so it's not your fears that sing louder. It's hard to quiet a doubt. For a lot of you, you don't believe you can do this, or you don't believe that it's yours, or you may think it's not going to work out. You want to drown out the fear. You want to drown out the anxiety. Drown out the what could go wrong and think about what could go right. But yeah. Also, Jigglypuff makes me think, I swear, she was so savage in that first season of Pokemon. I'm thinking of her slapping the crap out of Clefairy. So, somebody here might need, I'm not I don't condone violence at all. I'm not saying you should do, but somebody may metaphorically, energetically have to slap the crap out of somebody. This could also be the universe trying to like slap you awake. It's like, knock it off. You have more power. Let's get on with this. That's what I'm seeing. I needed to explain that visual because it's hilarious. But this is where I leave you, pile 5. Thank you so much for, sorry, pile 6. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 7. If you chose the citrine crystal and this cute mermaid sticker, then we have your reading here for you about your yes no question. We're going to see if your question is a yes or no. So we're going to go ahead and look at what your answer is. Excuse me, my throat got a little weird there. I mean, I've been having throat issues on and off for like months now, but sometimes it gets a little bit worse when the throat chakra is being activated. I do apologize if you can hear that lawnmower in the back. I was really hoping my neighbors wouldn't be out and about today, but I forgot that I think it's Saturday. So pile 7. There is something here about people getting in the way of you doing something. There's also something here about being, and it's not distracted, it's just people keep interrupting you and whatever the subject matter of this is, or it could be in general. So let's get your yes no question answered. It's a hard no on this. So whatever this is, it's a no. Let's go ahead and ask the cards why. It's funny because these cards don't always give a direct yes and no, but let's see why it's a no, or if this can change, or if there's anything you can do about it. This pile, you definitely believe that whatever's going on, you have more control over life than anything gives you. Maybe you don't typically come to tarot readings, but you're just here out of curiosity, because the energy in this pile feels very different from what I'm used to. Some of you could have a very strong Mars. I'm thinking of like Mars in Capricorn, Mars in Scorpio, Mars in any fire sign for sure. Like, you don't wait for the universe to give you a signal, you just do. We have the 2 of Swords upright. Yeah, communication issues or lack of communication. We have the Queen of Cups reversed. Especially if this is talking about your feelings, or talking to someone you have feelings for. We have the Magician reversed. I do not like to see the Magician reversed. You know what? It's a no because you chose it to be a no, and I don't think you're aware that that's what that is. Maybe you're here to confirm that it's a no. Maybe you wanted it to be a no, and if so, this is good. But for a lot of you, the reason it's a no, I think somebody here wants to take steps towards somebody that they have feelings for, or that they have an issue with, or there's a strong emotion here, very strong. Also, this energy is like, ooh, it's so different. I'm not used to this energy. It's a no, but you also understand that you have power over this. I don't think I have to tell you that twice. Other piles I did have to, but this one, pile 7, you know what you're about. We have the Ace of Cups reversed. I think some of you want to get either a friendship or a relationship, some sort of connection started, and you're wondering whether this person also wants this or not. And I'm hearing, doesn't matter if they do or not, are you making it a point to like get to know them and befriend them and do the things that friends or, you know, people romantically interested in each other would do? So if it's a no right now, it's because you haven't shown interest, or you haven't really approached them yet. For example, if you have a crush, let's say you don't even message them at all. How are they going to know that you're into them? I'm getting that. That's just an example, only because there's a lot of Cups energy coming through. Back of the deck, we have the 5 of Cups upright. Yeah, I think for the first time you're overthinking something, and maybe you're not used to that, because I keep getting interruptions, but it's like, are you unintentionally manifesting those interruptions because you actually don't want to think about what this is? I am getting that for a lot of you. I also have a hard time believing this isn't about like either a friendship or a connection or a relationship, because I'm trying to describe this in other themes like work or anything else. But I think somebody is on your mind. Could have a lot of water placements for sure. So Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. The Magician, you have the power and you know this. So if you're not seeing what you want to happen, it's because you know you haven't taken the steps toward it. And I think typically, pile 7, you are used to taking those steps, but for whatever reason, maybe you want to know why you act this way around this person. If so, I will do a reading like that. I think I want to do one like that. I thank you for the inspiration. But let's get your final advice card. It's a hard no, but also understand it's a no because you've kind of just, I don't know, it's like you've settled for a no. Can you change this? Yes, you have to open up that channel of communication if you want this to be a yes. Or if you want somebody to accept your offer. We have, oh, this is cute. Oh, this is Venusaur. Venusaur, he's the final transformation of Bulbasaur. And how do you get a Venusaur? By getting a Bulbasaur. You take the steps there. Ideas are seeds. What are you planting? Exactly. Ideas are seeds. What are you planting? Oh, I love this. Also, some of you could be into nature. Bulbasaur is my favorite starter. I love them all. I really do. But Bulbasaur is my favorite. My actual starter was Pikachu. Why am I talking about Pokemon? But anyway, thank you so much, Pile 7. Thank you for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, Pile 8. If you chose the full pink moon sticker, then we have your reading here for you for your yes/no question. And also you chose Tiger's Eye. Tiger's Eye is not a crystal that I work with a lot. I think I got this on a whim. So the pink moon could be important, and I think that's in April or around the springtime, especially with these rabbits. I'm pretty sure it's a springtime full moon in the northern hemisphere anyway. So you could be about to create something, or this could be about the birth of something, if you will, whether it's a creative project, endeavor, maybe for some of you a little human child, or maybe even a pet. But let's go ahead and get your yes/no answer. I keep these short and sweet because that's how I believe yes/no reading should be. So pile 8. We have not yet, but it's coming. Not yet, but it's coming. If you came from a pile that had a similar answer, because for whatever reason, this whole reading, that's been like a very common answer, but it's different in the way that it expresses itself in each pile. I feel like this is just, again, it's a yes, but you gotta be patient. So let's get the rest of your cards, pile 8. Maybe some of you are having to wait until April. This is a timeless reading, but at the time that I'm releasing it, we're nowhere near April. Or the springtime. Well, I guess if you live in the southern hemisphere, it's almost springtime. Take it as it resonates. So we have the Page of Wands. We have the Four of Pentacles. Queen of Cups reversed. This feels like secret admirer energy for some of you. If love or romance is the topic, then this feels like that. If not, somebody is definitely invested in you. But feelings cannot be shown, or their emotional whatever can't be put into this. Or they might be preoccupied with something, maybe somebody else. And the Lovers, yeah, it's coming. It's coming, and back of the deck, we have the Five of Pentacles upright. So it's a yes. You just got to be patient. Several ways I'm seeing this. If this is like a work situation, somebody wants to give you something, but right now is either not the time, or it's kind of like it would jeopardize their own job if they were to give this to you now, or if they were to promote you. It's like it would be very obvious that you're a favorite, or that you're favored over other people because other people are more qualified than you, or that they're doing you a favor. This is somebody who there's somebody here involved that has feelings for you, or that feels a certain way about you, but they can't show it yet, or they can't let it be known. If this is more romantic, I feel like this person can't come through yet because there's other things, like maybe they're closing something off with somebody else, or they are not in a space where they can be emotionally attentive to your needs, to your emotional needs. It's like something here isn't set yet, but something is coming for you. And I feel like you might have to wait until the springtime, but you are getting this. I just feel like you have to remember to not let the timing of this discourage you. It's happening for you, especially if it's romantic, because for a lot of you, this feels like it could be, it's like, am I gonna end up with this person? Are we gonna date? Yes, but they gotta do some things first. Because Page of Wands is like, they're interested, they want this. Four of Pentacles, they're holding on to this. Queen of Cups reversed, they don't want to let you know just yet. It's like, give them time because they've got to close things out. Maybe they need to move closer to where you are. Maybe they need to finish a project, a job or something, because they want to give you the full attention. But don't let the timing of this discourage you, because I can already see with the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, King of Cups. If you're talking about a person, they like you. They like you and they're trying to be smart about this. I don't know why. I see this mostly with like within relationships where somebody's trying to separate or divorce from somebody and they just want to give it time so that they can like process what they went through. And sometimes I see this with people who are wanting to move closer or wanting this to be a little bit more solid. Because the 4 here, this is stability. Again, I'm thinking of April, maybe a life path 4. So for whatever reason, April to June. And 5, yeah. April, June, July. Sorry. April, May, June are going to be important months here. So, yes, but you got to be patient, pile 8. Let's go ahead and get your... Oh, sorry. Wrong cards. Your advice. For some of you, whatever this is, like they may not be ready for it. Or like something may not be ready for you. Which has been a very common theme in this particular yes-no reading. So pile 8. You will benefit from a difficult experience. You will benefit from a difficult experience. So if you're going through something right now that's really difficult, it is going to benefit you. There is a silver lining here. I say this because I've had some crazy bad things happen to me in... I guess this past year in life, but somehow that ends up benefiting me because I'll get something because of that, you know, something like in the US anyway, we deal with insurance companies a lot. I'm always surprised by how much they come through and help out sometimes. Or, yeah, I feel like something that you thought was awful is actually going to end up being good. So, and maybe it's relating to this situation or person or whatever, or maybe it's not. Yeah, this person cares about you. So don't worry about it. What else is wanting to come through? I just think you have to be patient, pile 8, but this is where I leave it. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 9. If you chose the blue tiger's eye, then we have a reading here for you about your yes/no question, or the reader sticker. So, this could be my pile of people who love to read. I used to like to read until I had a degree in literature, and now I can't read. It does too much to me. But pile 9. Let's go ahead and get your yes/no question. I keep my yes/no readings rather short and sweet because I prefer to just get a direct answer. So let's see what your answer is. We have shed and release. Okay. Story time, I guess, if you're okay with me sharing that, pile 9. Like I said, I used to study literature in college. I have a whole degree, an English degree, with that concentration. And I used to have a ton, and I mean a ton of books. I mean wall to wall. Ask anybody who knew me back in my 20s. I would have so many books, and I just had so many. At some point after I graduated, I started letting go of a lot of those books. I would sell some if they were like the college ones. I would sell the ones that were popular, that they were in demand, because there's plenty of places where you can sell books. And then eventually I just started getting rid of them. And now I must have like a total of maybe 5 books in my living establishment, because I no longer... I just don't read. I don't know why. It's not that I have anything against it. Me personally, I don't want to. Now that's been overtaken by tarot decks. So for some of you, I feel like you've accumulated a lot of something and it's time to let it go. Low-key hoarder energy. If it's not something physical, it could be something emotional, mental, internal. Something is taking up too much space in your mind, in your heart, in your energetic field. And by heart, I mean something that shouldn't be taking up too much space in your heart. Like something that is probably more doing more damage than good into your heart. So pile 9, let's go ahead and get the rest of your cards. And I did want to mention, the crystal you chose is actually very sharp. It's got a very unique shape to it. And sometimes people who work with energy, they like to take the sharper looking crystals and kind of pretend it's like a little knife, a little blade, and cut out those energetic cords. So maybe for a lot of you, you do need to release something. Let's go ahead and get your yes, no answer. So with letting go, I do feel like whatever this is, if it's about letting go of something, it's a yes. We have the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, you've gotten everything that you needed. Sometimes this is acknowledging and noticing that you've run the course with this chapter in life. You've already gotten what you needed out of this specific event, place, maybe person. I hesitate to say it that way. But I feel like something here has run its course. Like something is over. It's time to move on to the next chapter. And in doing so, you will need to release quite a bit. Maybe even physically. I'm thinking of people who move like from house to house or apartment or whatever. You need to let go of a lot of physical things because depending on where you're going, you might need to let go of certain furniture or certain mindsets. We have the Ace of Swords. And I can sense the reluctance. I can see why you wouldn't want to, after all. When a task is daunting, sometimes we don't want to go through with it. We have Divine Feminine. Whatever this is, you're meant to release it so that you can step into feminine energy, so you can start receiving more, so you can start living a life more fully. This is interesting because I actually did a personal reading for myself. And when I was reviewing options, there was one option that gave me the Empress card. And I knew right away that was the option for me because it's like, the universe is telling me, don't you want to live an easier, more nice, more calm, more peaceful life? Then choose this. It's like, you may not get everything that you want, but it will be better for you. I'm getting something along those lines here, pile 9. And the Two of Cups. And if you've been looking for new friends, new love, new people to vibe with, you have to release this old thing, whatever this previous energy is, whatever this previous, it's so weird. Even as I'm like tapping, like I'm doing this as I'm talking, like I'm feeling out the past, it feels heavy. It even feels a little stingy. I feel like you're holding on to something that is not healthy for you right now, pile 9. And once you release it, it will become a yes. So this can even be because I believe in the energy of places and locations. Certain places just make you look better. Like you have a natural glow up when you're in certain areas because they may just, bring out the best in you. So in letting go of this previous chapter, place, thing, person, you're stepping into something that is going to attune to your needs and bring out the best in you. And I feel like this is what you need. Back of the deck, we have the Queen of Wands. Yeah, because right now you're not shining like you typically do. Right now, you're not in the best space. So for a lot of you, I don't feel like this is a yes, no answer. I feel like this answer is meant to affirm that you need to let something go. And when you step into the next chapter, when you step into whatever is next, it'll be so much better for you. And as I said that, the sunlight just like burst in here. I'm not sure if you could pick that up on the video, but yeah, I love that for you because the future is so much more freeing than the past. So if you've been reluctantly holding on to something, be open to what comes next here, pile 9, because it's going to be so much better for you. You're going to look better. You're going to feel better. So let's go ahead and get your closing advice, pile 9. We have the Alchemist, the Magician. It's also going to empower you. Whatever this is, it's going to bring out the best in you. I promise you, it's going to bring something good. And some of you may already know this, but maybe you're having a hard time releasing. Release knowing that something better is coming, and also release with gratitude. Whatever this past situation is, it's always best to release with gratitude because you never know what the past is going to bring back or what from the past you're going to need or learn from. I'm not saying that you're going to go back to this, but there is a possibility here. But whatever's up next for you is going to be so much better for you. I promise. If I still had all those books that I had let go back when I was in college, I would have no space for all my tarot decks. And let me tell you, all these beautiful oracle and tarot decks are so fulfilling. But I know at some point I may also have to release some of these, or maybe all of them. I don't know. I have a hard time believing that. But with that said, pile 9, I will let you go. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello, pile 10. If you chose the full sticker, the little full card sticker with this silly little cat, then we have your reading here for you, or lapis lazuli. Then we have your reading here for you about your yes/no question. So there's definitely stuff coming up for you. I feel like this is new beginner energy, which is probably why you're here. You're wanting to know what this next chapter, new endeavor has in store for you. So we're going to start by answering your question. I keep my yes/no answers really short and sweet, to the point, as to not confuse you. So for you, we have nope. Whatever this is, it's a nope. Yeah, like I said, short and sweet, to the point. And I feel like, let's get you to your tarot cards first, and then I'll describe what I'm feeling. You're coming into an era of simplicity. So if you were expecting a little bit more, I feel like keeping things simple, keeping things minimalist, to the point, blunt, is going to be better for you than trying to complicate things. We have the sun. I just heard in Italian, il sole, so I don't know if somebody here speaks Italian or if that's an important place in the world, or maybe somebody's background. We have the Ten of Swords reversed. I keep hearing, it's kind of like maybe some of you are used to the energy of things being complicated or complex, but the universe is coming through to say, no, we're trying to keep things simple. We need things to be simple right now so that you don't have to worry about what's coming up. We have the King of Wands. Fire energy for sure. Maybe there's a fire sign involved. The sun is Leo. I'm also thinking of Aries and Sagittarius. This could also be you stepping into your power. You become more empowered by simplifying things. The more complicated you want to make it, the less power you have. So definitely, if you need to downsize. If you need to let go of certain things, let go of them. The less you have, the more you can work with, ironically. Oh, one of my favorite Italian musicians, in one of his interviews, I remember him saying, it's like I get more creative when I have less. That's what I'm hearing. And that's what I'm hearing. So thank you, higher self of that musician that I like. And we have the shadow, the devil. So it's a no. And I'm glad, because if I had looked at the cards, I would have had a hard time saying that it's a no, but this is confirmation. And I feel like for a lot of you, you're looking for reasons to find a yes, and it's just like no. Back of the deck, we have divine intervention, the tower moment. And the reason it's got to be a no, it's because if it hadn't been a no, the universe would have come in and taken it out anyway. So it's like, we can do this the easy way or the hard way. That's what the universe is telling you. It's like either you can go of your own volition, or we're going to cause a bunch of stuff to happen so that you have to do this in that way. Which is funny, because there's been a lot of scenarios lately where I've been talking to people about similar things. It's like, it can be easy or it can be difficult. So it's kind of like bite the bullet here and just go with it for some of you. And they're asking me not to explain it any other way. I was going to come up with like versions of how to take this, like the romantic, the work career, etc. But they're saying, no, just keep it at this. So yeah, your guides are not playing around. It's not that they want to deny you anything either. It's just that things have to be simple. They have to be blunt. It's like, don't ask questions because you're not ready to receive the answers that they have to tell you. I think some people work better with complicated explanations, and other people work better with like simple to the point explanations. Does that make sense? And right now you're in an energy where they have to be very straightforward. So if this is your first little short mini reading, I think that's why you were guided here, pile 10. Your closing advice is all may, none must. All may, none must. This is kind of like anybody has a chance at this, but not everybody will get it. Or it's like, yes, there's a possibility, but right now we need to focus on something else, or the universe is guiding you in a certain way. And what you may not like is that you have no control over it. But the thing is, it's actually trying to give you control. By having you let go control of something else, you're going to gain control of something better. But yeah, and back of the deck, on and on, I don't know what I want. On and on, I don't know if I want it. Hoping. And for some of you, you may, whatever it is that you actually have your eyes set on, you may change your mind. And the universe is like, do you really want to put all your eggs in a basket that you will end up dropping or that you will end up not wanting? Let's just go ahead and make this easy. It's like they want to make things easy for you, even though it doesn't feel that way right now. Or maybe you just feel, I don't know, I can sense the frustration here, pile 10, but this is what I have. But thank you so much for letting me read for you. I hope this resonated. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care.